Nikola Tesla, an extraordinary scientist who followed his dreams and whose biggest dream was to distribute free energy to the world, is a name that's known and wondered even today, even though many years have passed since his death. Tesla packed articles into 50 boxes in a warehouse in New York. He even left one in custody at the Governor Clinton Hotel in 1932. Reaching this intelligence, the FBI also got the box that night. In the box, there was one of Tesla's groundbreaking projects with wireless energy transfer, which he called the Death Ray. The extremely important Death Ray project was under serious scrutiny by the US and USSR military intelligence service in Germany within a few years after Tesla's death. Implemented in this project is the construction of an electronic wall by canceling the electronic system of the enemy forces. This aforementioned project achieved its purpose and was used in the Gulf War and the bombing of Yugoslavia. Again, Tesla's tsunami weapon was tried and giant waves were obtained by creating earthquake waves in the sea. And now, let's examine Nikola Tesla himself and his projects that could not be realized. Serbian-American engineer and physicist Nikola Tesla was a genius who always thought he was ahead of his time and proved this with his inventions. While the eccentric inventor pioneered advances in radio, television, motors, robotics, and electricity, and with his inventions, including the alternating current technology widely used today, he also proposed more outlandish ideas. Unfortunately, the following futuristic inventions could not be realized either due to the limitations of technology or their applicability to the market. One of these inventions was the Death Ray. Even late in his life, Tesla's creative mind continued to create new visions. Tesla believed that by accelerating mercury isotopes up to 48 times the speed of sound, the resulting beam would generate enough energy to destroy entire armies at a distance limited only by the Earth's curvature. Tesla offered his particle beam weapon to many governments, including the United States, but the only country that showed interest was the Soviet Union, which conducted a partial test in 1939. Tesla thought that he could use the huge artificial waves he would produce as a defense technology against enemy navies. Tesla hoped to destroy even the largest ships with this technology. Thus, no country would be a navy since even any warship would be useless. To do this, Tesla designed remote control ships which he called teleautomatons that could detonate several tons of explosives near an enemy navy. Tesla calculated that the bursting gas bubble produced by the explosion could produce waves 30 feet high even at a distance of 1 mile from the explosion. But Tesla failed to implement his project. The United States and the Soviet Union only conducted underwater nuclear bomb tests in the 1940s and 1950s. In 1893, Tesla patented a steam-powered mechanical oscillator that could generate electricity by generating vibrations at very high speeds. While experimenting with this device, he tried to set the resonance of the device in the same tone as the resonance of the building. After this attempt, a sound came from the building. He then turned the device on again, raising the level, and heard a louder sound. Tesla understood that it was coming from the building and wanted to push the limits. Start the device at an even higher level. The device was bouncing inside the laboratory. It was great trouble to arise outside. Tesla took a hammer and broke the device and put an end to this situation. A few years later, in 1898, He told reporters that the vibrating machine was causing the floor to shake while adjusting in his New York City lab. Tesla also claimed that the earthquake machine could destroy something as high as the Empire State Building if it wanted to. Since childhood, Tesla had been fascinated by the idea of flight. Combining his knowledge of electrical and mechanical engineering, he began to think more about aviation after the failure of Wardenclyffe. In an article published in the July 1990 issue of Rebuild magazine, Tesla presented his work on developing a supersonic airplane that would travel 8 miles above the Earth's surface and produce speeds that would allow passengers to travel between New York and London in 3 hours. Tesla's concept was to power the aircraft with electricity transmitted wirelessly from ground power plants, eliminating the need for aircraft to carry fuel.